How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Yoshi's Woolly World. Last time, we had a rematch against Notwing the Koopa at his Aqua Fort, and we also went rolling down the river. This time, we have been promised a sunset at Curtain Falls, so hopefully it delivers. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We do have a brand new power badge. It is to improve our speed, but honestly, this level doesn't really warrant it, in my opinion. So I think, considering what the preview we got here of the level is, and what we've dealt with before, I think grabbing items with Yoshi's tongue is probably the way to go. So let's go ahead and select it, and let's get ready to enjoy a nice, bountiful sunset. Alright, the title of the level does deliver. We have somewhat of a sunset. I mean, we can't really see it all too well right now. I do like the little beads falling in the foreground, though, that are to represent the leaves of the, trees here, so that's pretty cool. Alright, without any further ado, let's get this thing started. Alright, so we're going to be riding this curtain, and it is not going to be too pleasant of an experience, but we do have our collectibles we need to be on the lookout for. Thankfully, the pencil patches, at least in... Actually, it's probably in all the levels. I'm only just mentioning this now because I'm kind of dumb. But these pencil patches, it's kind of easy to identify where they are going to be coming up at because the color of the beads is, vastly different compared to the other ones in the lineup. So, that's just something to point out. Alright, so far so good. I do think we are at danger of missing the first of our powers, or our powers, at risk of missing our first collectible, and indeed we did. We missed the first smiley flower. Okay, I can't go back, can I? No, I do not believe so. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward level. They just have you go, go, go. So if you miss something, you are most likely playing again, unless you start over, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna run through the level once just to see what we do. It actually is more beneficial for you to not start a level over and to just do a run-through of it once. That way you can have the collectibles you do manage to get secure on your person. Because again, this isn't Donkey Kong Country Returns from... or Donkey Kong Country Returns. This isn't Donkey Kong Country from the SNES. No, unfortunately, you do not get to keep your collectibles or your progress no matter what you do. Alright, that's our fourth Wonderwool. So far, so good on the Wonderwool. Unfortunately, though, it looks like that first Smiley Flower is going to be our Kryptonite here. Alright, there's our last Wonderwool, so we're good on the Wonderwool. Alright, I believe this is the ending portion. Yeah, we are able to... There we go, we got that last Smiley Flower. We are able to get pretty much full health on that last bit there, and I ended up missing 4 pencil patches also. I think I do know where they were, but honestly, not bad for a first run-through of the level. And yes, you could try to go backwards if you want, but you will die, so I strongly advise against doing that. Alright, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get the goal so we at least lock our progress. That first Smiley Flower, we did see where it was. 4 pencil patches, I think I saw all 4 of them. So, yeah, this upcoming run-through shouldn't be all too bad, all things considered. But before we hop back in, we have knitted Camo Yoshi back together. Unfortunately, not Curtain Yoshi, just Camo Yoshi. Alright, the next level is available to us, but, like I said, we are hopping back in for, at the very least, that first Smiley Flower, because... Again, no Smiley Flowers left behind. There we go, got the smiley flower. Now I just need to make it all the way to the end. But considering I'm getting hit constantly, that may be easier said than done. Alright, we have all of the smiley flowers, so now we can move on to 4-6. But if you've paid attention to the last couple of worlds, you already know what we're doing next instead. We're gonna pay a visit to Poochie at his hut, because the next level is available to us for Poochie Dash, Zippy Lagoon. We need to run through it once, and then we will see what our secret missions happen to be. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna be dealing with all the balloons, so that's interesting. Okay. We do have our one Poochie Pup, not bad. And I missed one of the things, that's okay. Oh, that's not great. I somehow ended up hitting the one thing. We do have some balloons here, so I'm assuming that we do have... Oh, I missed a Poochie Pup. I'm assuming we have balloons as one of our secret missions, like usual. And I can... Did I hit the goal ring? Okay, I guess it counted sliding under the goal ring? I honestly didn't think it did, but hey, whatever. Alright, so we did our first run-through, which means our secret missions are going to be... Yes, we have a new mission that we can do. Our missions are collect 1,500 beads, pop 3 balloons, pop all of the bubbles, and the time attack is to reach the goal within 35 seconds. Wow, okay. Well, I think I did pretty good about popping the bubbles. And also, I need to get the Poochie Pups. That's also rather important. So popping bubbles shouldn't be that hard. The 3 balloons, I think I got all 3 of them. 1,500 beads is probably going to be our most difficult one. But reaching the goal within 35 seconds may also prove to be a little challenging. Alright, let's do our next run through and see what we get. Alright, on that go-through, I got all 3 Poochie Pups, and I managed to get the 1,500 beads. That one was a little dicey, but I do think I see how we're gonna get that reach the goal within 35 seconds one. Alright, on that attempt, I managed to pop all the bubbles, which honestly is pretty great. So that just leaves the reach the goal within 35 seconds, which I did get very close to doing just now on that attempt. I still have that strategy I need to deploy, but also I need to pop the 3 balloons, which gonna be easier said than done. Alright, that time I managed to pop all 3 balloons, which is great, and I did get the shortcut that I was planning to take. However, I kind of fumbled it at the very end while trying to pop that 3rd balloon, so I'm gonna have to run through the course one more time. I was only 2 seconds on the dot off. I know what I need to do, now it's time to deploy it. Finally, on that attempt, I was able to narrowly not screw up jumping out of places or sliding out of places, and I reached the goal within the 35 seconds. That was probably the toughest entry in the Poochie Dash levels yet. Time attack cleared. We can now choose a new design for Poochie. Tap on Poochie on the bottom screen inside the Poochie hut to try it out. Alright, let's pay a visit to the Poochie hut, and our brand new costume in the Poochie Plaza is not Rocking Horse Poochie, that was last time. Instead, it's Watermelon Poochie to go along with the earlier unlocked Watermelon Yoshi. Aw, look at Pooch. He has a watermelon. It's literally half eaten. I wonder... Never mind. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of Yoshi's Woolly World. Next time, we will continue our endeavors proper in World 4 by starting and doing... I mean, let's be honest, we're going to do at least one level next time. We're going to be doing 4-6 Spooky Scraps. Don't get spooked. Until then, though, thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.